Good afternoon. Block Podcast Studio is in the building. Your host, Montana. Woo, woo.
Co-host, Vernon, Tyus. Woo, woo.
All right, so let's get straight to the announcement. So, you guys are looking for the 501c3 for-profit training course coming up in August. It's going to be August the 14th from 1:30 to 4:30. So August 14th, you can register and give me a call, 216-815-7300, or visit our website. Is our website down there? At block.org. So it's bblott.org. All right, next up is grant writing. If you are looking to get information about grants, grant writing, grant writer, we're giving a presentation on August the 8th at 6 o'clock p.m. That's going to be August 8th at 6 p.m. You're going to learn everything you need to know about grants, grant writing, and a grant writer. We got some phenomenal presenters that's coming to Block. So be here at 6 o'clock at 503 East 200th Street, Suite 103. Also, everybody been waiting for the real estate class to come back. So the real estate class is going down on August the 17th from 6 o'clock to 8:30, right? I gotta get it right.
Yep, 6 to 8:30.
6 to 8:30. So you interested in learning about real estate, about flipping, buying, hold, charitable gifting, things like that in the real estate game, come here, register with us, and get in that real estate class. It's going to be from 6 to 8:30 at 503 East 200th Street, Suite 103.
And where can they do that registration at?
They can register. Either they can call me at the phone number right here, or they can come in and register, or they can go on block.org, bblott.org.
I'm going to give a shout out to our engineers, our DJ and our engineers. And I'm gonna really appreciate them when they go ahead and change that number from 216-315 to 815-7300.
Where you see that at? You got some good. Let me see my glasses.
I'm gonna give them a real big shout out when they.
Oh man!
So the number is 216-815-7300.
Okay.
All right.
You gotta correct people.
And I'm telling you, this real estate class is something that you can really appreciate. We talk about those three pillars, those three financial pillars that give you exponential growth in your life, which is real estate, having a proper business structure, and having life insurance. And not that regular life insurance that you just seen 10 o'clock this morning from Colonial Penn. We talking about banking style life insurance that the rich folks do. The stuff they didn't tell your mama and daddy about, but you know they mama and daddy know about, and they grandmama and granddaddy know about, all right? So we're going to show you how to do that.
All right, and also going down, grant writing class coming back in August. So August the 15th from 6 o'clock to 8:30. So if you want to get in a grant writing class, it'll be August the 15th from 6 to 8:30. We also is we doing the insurance?
Oh, we're doing the insurance piece. The insurance is going to be the first week of September. It's going to be self-study with tutoring available.
Okay.
Everybody that want to be a financial advisor, financial professional, insurance agent is going to come in. You register, you come in, you get your 20 hours for life insurance and 20 hours for health insurance certification so you can take the state test. All right, we do that right here at 503 East 200th Street, Suite 103. Okay, but come in. We're going to show you how to learn the state laws first. After you pass the test, we'll have a post-certification class where you'll learn how to do life insurance, annuities, and all those other wealth accumulation vehicles like how we do it.
All right, so last but not least, everybody looking for group home training is going down this Saturday from 11 o'clock a.m. to 5 o'clock p.m. with Ms. Doris. So if you have not registered to get in the group home training or residential care training, get in it this week. Give me a call, 815-7300. If you show up, she still have room available. Some seats are left. But you got to get here early, like 10 o'clock, to make sure she has, your work, your packet, a booklet for you. So get here early. If you have to come at 10 o'clock, just come at 10 o'clock so you can register with her. But it's this weekend. Did I say this weekend? I'm sorry. It is not this weekend. I ain't get my coffee. Okay. It is next weekend, August the 6th. From 11 o'clock to 5, so August 6th. So scratch what I just said about this weekend going down. It's next weekend, so August the 6th from 11 to 5, y'all. So come here, get your residential care training. If you're trying to open up a group home, a veteran's home, any type of facility, I think it's tier 2s that they're dealing with for the state, come in and get registered for the training. So it's August the 6th from 11 to 5 at 503 East 200th Street. All right.
All right. One quick shout out to the real estate investor that came through the previous classes. I'm going to say some names now. Well, one name I'm going to shout out because I don't have permission for the other one.
Okay.
Tanya Ellis.
Whoop, whoop.
Proud of you, girl. You keep calling. You always got something going on. You use the material that you got from class, and you added in everything that you learned before you got here. Your projects are getting bigger, and they multiplying. We're proud of you here. You're a good example of a member of the BBLOTT.
All right. Anybody else you want to give a shout out to?
One more shout out. I'm not on such a high note. Shout out to we're gonna call you, whether it's going to be good or we're going to tell you what needs to be happening. I ain't going to put your name on it. But for you members that's out there that are not being brotherly or sisterly to the other members, when we start doing business, whether it got something to do with real estate or just straight business, okay, you come on back in because maybe we need to talk a little bit more than just about business structure. How do we network and be brotherly and sisterly to each other? All
right. So getting to a topic. Today we're going to talk about, for you people that out here are starting nonprofits, starting for-profit businesses, and you just don't have, nowhere to go, somebody that can help you to learn about how that business is supposed to be structured, getting information or resources of how do I develop this business? How do I structure it the correct way? Where can I go? Instead of going to YouTube, university, looking up some stuff and trying to duplicate what they're telling you, you can come here. We can train you, educate you. Educate and coach. So let's say educate and coach.
You know what? I'm gonna say this.
Okay, I don't mind. In the back. Okay, go ahead.
I don't mind YouTube. Okay, because you got some good stuff on YouTube.
Yeah, because I be building all my stuff on YouTube, y'all.
All right, but you have to deal with organizations that have substance and that can refer back to materials that has been validated. Okay, that has validity to it. So that's what you have to do. You can't just watch YouTube and then just go out, because there's some stumbling blocks out there, and some of them stumbling blocks might be a little costly. And I always tell our members, you see these knots on his head right here, you ain't got to go get them because...
Yeah, you got knots.
I got stories to tell you. Right? But deal with licensed professionals.
Yes.
All right? Because, when you're dealing with licensed professionals, then they can give you what's really the book version of everything, and then you can add in the application a little bit later, or deal with people, or get a mentor and a professional. If you got a mentor and a professional, which you'll get here. All
right, so that sounds like Block class. It will be fun class to come to to learn about building my business, development business structure right here at Block. So we're getting that out. Also, what else we got going on? Nothing.
No, we got a couple situations out here. We ain't gonna name drop that one either, but we just gonna use it as an example on how do we move.
All right.
I know a lot of people have been hearing in the news about different organizations local for us that are powerful, was powerful, and are now up under investigation. And this is mainly to our members that heard us preach this over and over again.
Yes.
When we talk about having a nonprofit, and you wind up using your ingenuity to have a for-profit and all these different entities together, you have to watch the way you move. Mm-hmm. Okay, if it's looking like there's too much personal interest that is obvious to the public, then something is wrong. Okay, and it becomes borderline illegal or illegal. So to avoid these situations, if it sounds too slick, then you might want to investigate yourself before somebody else investigates you, so you can keep yourself out of trouble. Because I don't want to see anybody, especially our brothers and sisters, being investigated by FBI, SEC, or any one of these other authorities.
Make sense? Right, that makes sense, right. So back to getting that business developed and structured the correct way. Get some education. IRS give you the booklets for free, you guys, so you can go on the website, go on the IRS site, say, hey, I want to start a nonprofit. Guess what? Here's the book. It's about 15, 20 books, but it's a book for each situation that you have. So you have time, just take the book and read a little bit at a time, read this, read that. So keep involved, or keep involved in the business and make sure the business is flowing the way you want it to flow.
Now, I know we didn't, normally we give them some updates on how the classes went this week, but
We ain't
we've
got
been
no
without
classes.
classes for the last 2 weeks, but we have
got
had
none.
activity.
Yes.
I am very proud to say that we have a lot of activities last couple of weeks. We have joined new partnerships.
Yes.
We we have one more person that we added to the top end of Blot. I'm not going to say her name just yet until we
Okay.
officially write everything down. And then we have one more organization that we have partnered up with, and I think this is a good chance to go ahead and introduce our new partner when it comes down to this situation, which is Kevin Conwell from Wake Hustle Grind.
What's going on? What's going on, everybody?
Hey.
Excited to be here.
Good,
All right. That's all you got to say?
I'm excited to be here. You got these bright lights in the studio. I'm like, man, it went from just being cloudy outside to like, woo, in here like, bam.
Yeah, so,
Kevin, tell us about Wake Hustle Grind.
So basically, Wake Hustle Grind is an all-across platform media brand. We start with local and small businesses, but we also work with big businesses as well. And our main thing is brand awareness. A lot of people think it's just the clothing line because a lot of people, we do sell merchandise and we help people with merchandising. Right. But Wake Hustle Grind is just the overall brand similar to like Supreme. But we're actually doing other things than just clothing. We're actually bringing brand awareness to people starting their own brand, starting their own business, and actually getting it out of the mud and starting from the actual kitchen, like how we started, straight out the kitchen and basement, pressing up shirts to actually getting it out and about. So same thing with our media and graphic design company and other entities that we're going to be doing with you guys. Basically pushing the brand and letting everybody know you got to wake, hustle, and grind every day because you can't hit that alarm and snooze button. You got to get up and get out and go get it. Mm-hmm. And if you're not trying to do that, then we're not trying to be with you. We want hardworking people. That's it.
Mm-hmm. So what I'm going to say something for Montana because she's going to hit you hard.
No, I ain't.
Yes,
I'm going to be quiet.
What brought you here?
What brought us here?
What brought you to Block? How did you get introduced to Block? I never asked you that question.
So I got introduced to Block, and it's crazy because I don't live far from here, and I live right around the corner. And I work with Paika, and me and PJ has been working on a few projects with like ICANN schools, like from back 2013. Long story on that, but she called me like, "Hey, you need to come in," and like I'm like, I swear I was going to the casino, like I was like headed out. Hit me up, FaceTime, and then Montana was like, "Hey, you in like a dune buggy or something?" I'm like, "No, like I'm literally headed to the casino." Cause I had my whole bucket hat on, like I'm out of here. She's like, "No, you got me." I'm like, "Okay." I missed it. I missed my free gift at the casino down at Jack. I didn't get the the camping stuff they was giving that week, but I stopped. I was like, "Hey, we pretty much doing the same thing. We need to partner because I got a lot of clients over here that need your services, like that you can take from A to Z like by tomorrow." So I'm like, "Yo, we need to get on this like now, like right now, not tomorrow." So like that's why I stopped a lot of things that I was doing, like I had going on, and I'm like making priority for us to like get this on point because like putting a not trying to like tease too much, but like putting a show together for the whole process of what we're doing, like actually filming the process of people building their business. I think that's going to be amazing. Like people can actually see how easy it is to really get started from the ground level up on the macro level.
Yeah. Okay.
What got you into this business right here? What was you doing before this, and what made you transition, and how was it?
So I always had the entrepreneur spirit, and I learned a lot from my father, Kevin Conwell, and you know how he raised me. Not to go off in too much of a tangent, but I learned the hard work from him. I remember the first time he ever ran for office, he lost by like 87, maybe like a small margin of votes, like 87 votes, 100 votes, something like that. And I remember it was like snowing outside, and he was like, "Man, you know, come outside. We about to go knocking on doors." I'm like, "Dude, you just lost like 2 weeks ago." I might have been like in middle school. He's like, "I don't care. Get your butt up. We going out." It's early. People leaving out their driveway, getting ready for work. He knocking on doors like, "Hey, Kevin Conwell, I didn't win, but I want to be councilman for the city. I really think we need to change these things. People looking at him crazy. I'm looking at him crazy and I'm cold and I want to go home. But just that little thing right there was like, man, you know, putting in hard work, you know, makes sense. Because then going forward now, he wins by 87, 90% of the vote, hands down every time, because people know the hard work that he puts in is not just him talking about it. He actually is about it. So instilling that in me, that's what got me to segue back. That's what got me to start the company, Wake, Hustle, Grind, why I named it that. I was in school. I started my business while in the dorm room at Kent State, working on my graphic designs. And I took all the classes I needed to be successful in my business, not what was required for school to graduate. So I started off as a poli-sci major just to get in, but ending out in business and marketing, I took all the classes that wasn't on the syllabus that they wanted you to take. I took longer to get out of school because I took the knowledge base of every particular field that I needed to be successful, not what they wanted me to deem to get out. So I'm 8 hours away from my MBA, and fast forward, I tell you why I stopped going to school for that. I was interning at the VA Medical Center. I was in a partnership program where you can go to school and you can work and you can get your contract, and you can get your contracting experience to become a contract specialist. So I did that while in school, while working on my MBA, getting all the way up to get ready to finish. I was also running my business, which at the time was mostly graphic design and web design at the beginning. Fast forward, we had a project where we had to do all small business. We had to do all small business programming for the entire country. So if you wanted to come in and we had to sell catheters or whatever for the VA, it didn't even matter if it was a critical surgery. We literally was mandated we had to buy it from a small business. So Johnson & Johnson only sells Johnson & Johnson. Right. So how do you do that? I was smart enough to take from my business knowledge and trying to figure stuff out in my business and applied it to the VA system within their rules. So what I did, I came up with my own program and didn't ask anybody. I called up all the main manufacturers, Johnson & Johnson, Cardinal Health, everybody who was a main, and said, look, you want to make good money on your next quarter, right? Yes. He said, you know how the VA don't play about, you know, spending their money and they will go somewhere else, right? They said, yes, we know that. I said, well, look, I'm not trying to be unfair. I'm going to give you a list of small businesses. I don't care who you go to. There's going to be 20 people on this list. Pick from them. Make sure they can distribute from you. We're going to reach out to them to, you know, put out a quote, and we're going to do it like that. And I'm going to leave it up to 20. Now, I'm not steering because now I got a pool of 20 people. So I do that, and I become number 2 in the whole United States.
Wow.
For doing this. But nobody wants, like, I'm the lowest paid now. I'm interning. I'm only making 30-something thousand or whatever. So fast forward, I'm about to finish up school, and we get the award. So we have a big office meeting. Come in. You know, at this time, I'm feeling myself. I'm making a little bit of money in my business. I'm driving a new car. I'm like, man, you know, these people not paying me nothing, but, you know, I'm doing the right things that I'm supposed to do. I'm going to school. I'm getting the MBA, the American dream, what everybody wants. So I go in and I asked the guy, I said, you know, I could have asked in front of the big room. I wait to go back to my cubicle. I said, hey, what does this mean for me? You know, I got this award. It's number 2 in the whole country. It was generated from the computer, yada, yada, yada. What does this mean for me? How can I want to be bigger than this. I'm trying to grow. The director leans over.
I does this. Okay.
From what I hear, boy, and you can picture who the guy is. From what I hear, boy, B-O-Y, you're not doing your job hard enough. You need to work hard enough. And that was like mind blowing. And I can't make this up. At this time, I had a project with Trimco Roofing. Literally, I think it was like $13,000 check to do like their T-shirts and redo. I did their rebrand, 2020 rebrand for their next project. There was some project we was doing. $13,000. So I'm up here mad. I can't go get the check on my lunch break. So I don't even ask. I just leave and go. I leave. This is in the same day now. I'm not making this like this is the same exact day. I'm getting a $13,000 check in the same moment that this guy's like, screw you. So I leave without telling them, leave off the campus, whatever, like pissed. And I remember I'm picking up the shirts from my distributor at the time. I used it was some t-shirt company I had to go through, and I couldn't even fit the stuff in the car. And I'm like, dang, it just hit me like, man, I'm really doing this by myself. I need to get vans. I need to get trucks. I need to really pay attention to what's going on because I'm growing too fast here, and I don't even need these guys. And I remember sitting in the car, and I'm like, I hired myself. And that's when I came up with the slogan of the company, because I was like, I don't need to ask nobody permission to go make money. And I feel like my company is what everybody feels who went to work for somebody or who was told the lie to go to school, and, they're going to look out for you. All you got to do is just go to school and do good and do hard work, and, everything will be okay. And that's not the truth. So I bet on myself and was like, I didn't quit per se. I did let them do their due diligence with me, and I dragged it out. But I put 10,000% behind my business focus and got real lasered in on their time and figured it out and figured out how to be self-sufficient after, 2014 and just say, forget it, because nobody wanted to give me the opportunity.
That's excellent.
And that's pretty much like the story how I got here from here. Trials and tribulations here and there, but through the main thing, just taking care of business through the main thing. And like a lot of times, certain deals when you're dealing with clients is not always, the return on investment always isn't about the money per se. It's about just getting in and doing a project and doing good work so that you get referrals down the line or you have a body of work.
Yeah, you're right. A lot of people don't understand that. So I'm glad you said it, because a lot of people like, I want to get in, I want to make all this money. I said, well, nobody knows who you are yet. Just start off small and then gradually go. The next thing you know, your name is like, bow. I'm like, oh, I seen you. I know who you are. And then now the money matches the name. But you coming out as a business and you like, I want to make $100,000 a year in my first year. I'm like, okay, good luck with that. Unless you got to connect.
I think that and I think this is like very important for all businesses, and this is a gem. I really do think you need to fail first. Right. You need to fail first, so you understand why you failed, so you can make adjustments to pivot. If you grow too fast, say you open up whatever business and you grow from now to like $1 billion, whatever, you run it up. Then next year you negative $1 billion, $2 billion. And you don't even know why, but you're negative $2 billion. You don't even know why, how you got the $1 billion and why you went negative, because you didn't go through the steps of, okay, I lost this, but what can I do to pivot? So I really do believe you should fail first. I'm not saying I'm rooting for you to fail. What I'm saying is I want you to have learning lessons while you're building your business so that you can make adjustments moving forward.
Yeah, and I get it. What I normally tell people is I say, learn to lose small. Learn to lose small. Learn it. Do the small things right. That way, when you have the losses, you don't take the big hurdles and make that a loss, because you don't even know how to get back, like you were just saying. People don't understand processes. When they do that, processes are eliminated. You know what I'm saying? Process is not just about gaining, but it's about how do we get back to our base. And a lot of people don't understand it. So
what I realize a lot of times too, because I want to be perfect and I'm ground level with all my clients, but you can, and in reality, Walmart not perfect. Walmart is not perfect. Target is not perfect. They didn't pay me for this. Name dropping them companies, but no one's perfect. But you want to be within a certain percentage of being in a positive place. Of you want to always achieve for the positive, things to help out your customers, whatever. But at the end of the day, you're still running a business, so you want to be at some point positive at the end of every quarter, at the end of every year. You want to be 3%, 5%, 10% positive. There's going to be people that charge you back. There's going to be people that, cuss you out or do whatever in whatever business. But it doesn't matter, because you're the business. Like, people talk bad about all businesses all the time, but you can't take it personal, because It's the business they're talking about, not you. Like, just because you have a bad business interaction, I know in our community, a lot of people, I'm not messing with them because I don't like them because we had a bad business. I don't like, if anything in business I've done with anybody and we done not doing business, that don't mean I'm not cool with you. I don't like you. I don't want you to succeed. I'm rooting for you. But it's not that I don't like you. It's just that we just can't do business. Either you can't do business with me or I can't do business with you. But I don't feel some type of way about you. So a lot of people within our community, I know they try to, they do the whole attach to emotion and I'm gonna be cool with you. With like, no, like it's business. Like there's new businesses starting every day, and it's businesses closing every day. So people who don't like each other do business all the time.
Okay. I want to rewind something that you said. You said something about the whole story about you being in college and starting your business in college. Give some advice to the people that are in college right now that may need to hear from an entrepreneur what they can do right now while they're in college.
So what you could do right now in college, you can DM me on Instagram and I can give you some one-on-one tips, either at 3KP Marketing, the number 3, K as in Kevin, P as in Paul, Marketing, or Wake Hustle Grind CEO. DM me and I can give you some of the pointers. But yeah, also the main thing you want to do, take some classes that are your electives that they're going to give you and find out what it is that you might want to do or what you like and love to do. Take those classes and don't just take them to get an A in them. Actually go and participate and learn everything you can from the class and challenge the professor to give you more out of the class so that you take more stuff away. I got more things out of my electives than I did out of, classes that they required me to take. So that's the first thing I can say. And then 2, like, come in the block and they'll help you out. You out here buying bottles at the club or taking girls out on dates or girls taking guys out on dates. Come spend that money and put in your business and come down the block. Like, you can start now, not tomorrow. It's compound interest. Like, look at the story I just said earlier with my pops. Like, he didn't win the first time, but it's compounding interest. He put the work in. Like, you got to be able to put the work in, even though it's going to be challenging. Don't be scared.
What you got for him?
Look, he said my story.
We talk. You said this before. You just said it again today, talking about how it's not about maximizing one sale or one transaction. It's about getting the project done and building the business off of referrals and stuff like that. Well, we tell the members a lot, and what I tell people that even work for me as advisors or insurance agents, that's adding levers inside your business, velocity inside your business. What advice do you have for some people that's out there doing this right now or need to do this right now when it comes down to referrals?
So what I would say about referrals, and this is what I tell people all the time too, even in my business, once I do something, like, hey, I'm done with everything. Hey, can you drop me a Google review? Google reviews are like big. I would go on and I would make that a mandatory part of their business after they do some work. Encourage someone to go on their Google profile. And if you don't know how to do it, we can do that for you too as well. We can create that. Go on a Google profile, create your Google profile, and get people to go on Google and leave you good reviews, because before someone starts to do work, they're reviewing you.
All right. So we're running out of time, I see.
Give us one big shout out to everybody that's important to you in your life, man.
Oh, yeah. Happy birthday to my wife, TT, Conwell, the Queen, Tier. You can go follow her on Instagram, too, at Grounded Butterfly. And then my son, Kevin Conwell Jr.
Okay.
All
right. That's big.
All right.
Give them your connects again, man.
You can reach me. I keep my iPhone on me all the time, as you see. 216-256-5118. FaceTime or text.
All right. Until next Wednesday at noon, Block Podcast Studio with your host Montana. Woo woo.
Co-host Vernon Tyus. Woo woo.
See you next Wednesday.
Peace.